final test that we have to meet to prove what we are. Karate helps to prepare us for that. First thing is self-respect. You can't really respect anybody else. You should, unless you respect yourself. First thing that we do is cease to think of ourselves primarily as an organism. 6 feet, 6 inches tall, and 122 pounds, or whatever the dimensions are. First, you must learn to see yourself as a living spirit. And that's the way I see all of us students. The shortest man we have in the association is one of the biggest. I always see him as a living spirit and a powerful one. And with this, we can respect ourselves no matter how we're defeated, killed, beaten, tortured, whatever happens. If you have that internal self, then I am not an organism. I am a person. And that is one of the reasons we must respect each other. When we face each other, we're facing a person who will never die. An eternal being. And with this knowledge, as we discipline ourselves and learn to know it, we have a strength that's way beyond what we might even dream of. And so, in the vicissitudes of life, this is the greatest test of all. But then there's another test that I hope we'll never find, and that is when violence comes. We try to avoid it. What do you do? What do you depend on? There are some things we learned in karate. I don't worry about any of you that have been in a few years. If you remember to do what you're taught, and a couple of guys come up against you, you can wipe them out. Don't forget the ki. I had one of my students beaten up before guys, and I said, when did you ki? I didn't ki at all. Silent as a rope. Forgot what he was. Forgot to fight him with karate. Unless you've got a shotgun or something, you better use it. That's what you're trained to do. And so if a man comes against you, and you know he's stronger than you are, faster than you are, insane perhaps, what do you do? Just go ahead and abuse my family. I'm not going to do anything about it at all. One of the first things is to remember that you, as a spirit, you are like a puff of smoke. You have to forget about how you look. If anything happens and your wife begins to whip her and so forth, many men have been killed because they have crying children and wife. Because they distract him and the enemy cuts him down. First, tell your family, if it ever comes up, I want you to keep your mouth shut. I'll take care of it. Unless you have a very good umbrella that you can stick them with, then do it. But don't start whimpering. This is one thing you need to have in your mind. We live in a time now when things like that can happen to us. What do you do? The first thing is try to practice the little man who wasn't there. Now, so often we see people today, I can see in the kumite, you're trying to look good. Forget about how you look. Competition between people that worked out all today, all the time, is foolish. You've got to learn to compete with people that don't know you. Master Keppel and I used to kumite every once a week for 30 minutes straight. We knew each other so much that we just have to, we'd try the old techniques and then try to get a new one. But the thing is to practice the little man that isn't there. Come over here and I'll illustrate. It's a very simple thing. Now, not too hard. You come in against my chest here with your right hand. That's all. I give. This is the most important. You give. You do not try to stand against it. Don't try to look good. The little man didn't care. If a puff smell comes to you, you just turn with it. For as you saw Frank and his candidate did, his youth, for don't forget it. He may be stronger and he may be faster. But if you have the patience and you stay away, remember it only takes one blow to kill. One focus second. It's all you have to have. And everybody should have that old ace in the hole. Is there some technique that you've done so much that you absolutely trust? You know you get it there. The man will not keep on fighting. All talking. I'm not talking about why you yell at. Pretty soon everybody should have it. And if you develop that, it's like the old age in the hole, you're right. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have you count off to 2 and do some kumite. And I want you to, the main thing is to vanish and not resist the sun. Take a big, strong man and come in, and a lot of people concentrate on this person's strength. You don't concentrate on his strength. You say, let him go ahead and blow up all of his strength. What he is, you don't care about it. You're not going to be there. But when the opportunity comes, you're in. Right here. Training yourself to this. And if it's more than one person, what I would do is, when the first one I hit, I'm going to hit it so hard, it's going to bounce. It doesn't take, the other person is going to know that he's up against it when he comes up against it. The person who's talking to me, come in, and if he would talk to me and say what he's going to do, or so that's my wife, I say, I certainly do hope that you won't do this. Because if you do, I'm going to kill you. Now that's the defense. And me. Say it and me. The time in this country when we learn to be furious. Things that are happening to our people. Fury under control. That's it. If you have a furious person and you have that and you don't have it under control, you are a monster. And we who teach karate know there are enough monsters on the street without putting any more there. Thank you. Go back.